guys, it's Jeff from Retro Rare and Rad, and I'm here with episode 8 of the Spare Change eBay store. And for those of you that are new, what I'm trying to do with the Spare Change eBay store is turn $68.01 of spare change into a thriving eBay store. And things are going pretty well so far. A lot better on the sales end than on the buying end. We're here in December, traditionally a hot sales season, and I've seen that for sure in the Spare Change eBay store, as well as in my primary store, the Retro Rare and Rad store. So I'm selling a lot of items. The challenge is it's very hard to come by new inventory. It's okay on the Retro Rare and Rad store. I've got a lot of inventory built up, so I'm okay there. But on the Spare Change eBay store, things are starting to get a little bit thin. I did hit a flea market a few weeks ago. I showed that in my last video. But other than that, it's been really, really tough. I was able to find a couple things off of Craigslist. Also, I got lucky in the last few trips to the thrift store and have found some interesting items. So in this episode, I will show you what I have picked up. I'll show you all of the things that I've sold. And then lastly, I want to give you a couple of tips on supplies. I came across what I think is a pretty good deal on supplies, and I'll tell you about that at the end of the episode. Hopefully you can use that information in your store. One of the items that I always look for when I'm out and about is Polaroid cameras. And I find them occasionally at thrift stores. You'll find one here, find one there. And whenever I do, I always pick them up because they sell really quickly. Last week, I was kind of branching out, trying to hit some of the other stores on the other side of town that I don't get to that frequently. And I just happened to go to a store that I remember from a year ago. I went in, they had mostly clothing, but they just happened to have a Polaroid camera sitting on a shelf somewhere, and I picked it up. So as I was driving up there, I was thinking, boy, it'd be cool if I ran across a Polaroid camera. And what do you know, I go into the store, and right there on a table, right when you walked in, was 4 Polaroid cameras. And they were all marked at $5. 2 of them even had the boxes with them. So I snagged them and was very happy to find them. I also had picked up a couple of other Polaroid cameras over the course of the last few weeks, so I had them all together, decided to put them on the Spare Change eBay store, and what do you know, I've sold all of them except for this one. And the only reason this one hasn't sold is because I haven't listed it. I'm considering giving it to my daughter. For those of you that aren't familiar with Polaroid cameras, it's definitely something you want to pick up. There is a place online that you can still get film. It's called the Impossible Project, and I'll link to the website. One interesting thing there is you can see they sell cameras as well, so you can get a pretty good idea of the different types of Polaroid cameras and what they're worth. So I usually use that to price my cameras. In fact, it's funny, a couple of the cameras that I put up over the last 12 months actually got purchased by the Impossible Project. So they're really the main source of information and film for Polaroid cameras, so check them out. In the last episode, I showed you the Nintendo 64 system that I picked up. Also got a couple of games with that system. Sold the system and sold some of the games. I was at a thrift store this week, and I happened to find more Nintendo 64 games. This one is F-Zero X. I got a Hey You Pikachu, Pokemon Stadium, Tetrasphere, another Pokemon Stadium, a Namco Museum, and a Ridge Racer 64. So cleaned up all of these games, got them working, tested them out, and they're ready to list. Some of them are really not worth too much, but the Pokemon games, the Stadium games, are worth a little bit. So I'll put these up and see how I do. I've been trying to keep my eyes open for video game lots on Craigslist. It's pretty competitive out there right now. People that are selling on Craigslist are asking eBay prices in most cases, and if there are good lots that come up, they get snatched pretty quickly. But I was able to come across a pretty good Dreamcast lot. The guy was asking $75 for a Dreamcast system, as well as 7 or 8 games. I was able to get them for $50. I think the guy just wanted the money. I just happened to call him and be one of the first people to get in touch with him. So I picked it up. I already sold the Dreamcast, so you'll see it in the sold items section of this video. But I still have the games. Some of these I'm going to keep, but I'll go through them real quick. Got a Soul Reaver Legacy of Kain, Toy Commander, Sonic Adventures, Crazy Taxi, Power Stone. This one's going in my collection. This game alone goes for about $30 to $40. Rayman 2 and Vigilante 8. So most of these I'll get listed hopefully today, get them sold. So guys, now for the tip of the day. If you're an eBay seller and a picker, I'm sure you've had your challenges and you have your opinions about packing tape. When I first started out, I wanted to go cheap, and I bought some inexpensive packing tape, and I lived to regret it. It was just a mess. It wouldn't stick. It would constantly tear down the middle, and really, really just a pain. So I vowed to only buy the best tape, the 3M, the Scotch, the name brands, and that all worked really well, but you do pay a little bit higher price than I would like. So with the Spare Change eBay store, I'm on a budget, low margins here so far anyway. So I decided to try something new, and I picked up on Amazon some of this stuff here. This is, the brand name on it is Sparko, and it's listed on Amazon as SP Richards Company packing sealing tape. I'll include a link here to the item listing so you can check it out. But this tape for 6 rolls is $12.03. So $2 a roll effectively. You really can't go wrong. I've gone through 6 rolls of this tape for both my stores, and I really have had no trouble with it at all. It sticks very well. It doesn't split. The only thing I can say about it is it's a little noisy. It's a little loud. So, if you're, you can wake up the neighbors with the sound of this stuff. So that's the one downside. Also, you can see it's not quite as clear as some of the tape out there. It has these little bubbles in it, but, it's not. It doesn't affect the adherence at all. It doesn't seem to really have any problem with that. So, I've just bought my second lot of the tape. Hopefully, it'll work out as good as the first lot. But you might want to give it a try. It's worth it for the price you pay. It might save you some money over time. As much tape as you probably use, it will save you. So check it out. So guys, just before I leave, there's 2 other things I want to let you know about. One is a YouTube channel that most of you probably are familiar with. If you buy and sell video games at all, you're probably familiar with the Game Chasers. If you're not, definitely want to check them out. They're out kind of doing a American Pickers style show where they go out and find video games for their collections. And it's extremely entertaining. I love the show. I've been a big fan since the very beginning. And they just actually released a DVD of their first season, and it's just a riot. I've been having a great time this weekend watching the old episodes of the Game Chasers. A lot of additional content, commentary, and I just love these guys to death. Check them out if you haven't already. The Game Chasers, one of my favorite YouTube channels. So one other thing I want to let you know about that you may not be familiar with, I know all of you guys are out there watching YouTube videos of other pickers, and you learn a lot that way. But one of the things I do every day when I drive to work is I listen to podcasts. And my favorite eBay podcast is called the eBay Scavengers. And if you're not familiar with this podcast, it's definitely something you want to check out. It's two couples. Each couple has their own eBay business, and they get together every week, talk about what's going on in their businesses, provide a lot of information and tips that I've found to be extremely helpful and encouraging. So check out the eBay Scavengers. I'll leave a link to their website, and hope you enjoy it. I really, really like their show. Love listening to them every week. So I want to give them a shout out and let you know about their show. So check them out, the eBay Scavengers.